It was yet another day on the island of Sodor. The engines were all working, while the Fat Controller was on the telephone. Yes? Yes? Alright. I'll be there soon.
Important day, sir.
Oh, it is a very important day, Caroline, said the Fat Controller. It's my wife's birthday. We must be off to the tailor's to get myself a new suit. Once acquiring a new suit, Sir Topham got in his car and drove away. He was making good time. Caroline was a very dependable car. However, once they got into the countryside, Caroline began to feel tired and very hot. Eventually, with a cough and a splutter, Caroline had to stop.
Oh, my engine's overheating,
She would say.
Oh, terribly sorry, sir,
said Caroline. Oh, it's nothing to worry about, Caroline. You just get to the works now and get fixed. I'll find my own way there. But just as Caroline was towed away by Butch, Sir Topham had realized something. Wait a second. Oh dear, I left my hat back in Caroline. Oh, never mind. Luckily, the Fat Controller didn't have to wait long. But unluckily, it was Bulgy, the double-decker bus, who hated railways. Oh wow, he said slyly. If it isn't the Fat Controller, do you require anything, sir? Alright, listen here, Bulgy, he snapped back. I know who owns you, and I'll put in a good word for you if you help me get to my wife's birthday party on time. He thought. I will, as long as you say that railways are no good, and roads are the best way of transport. And I can also tell him about your disobedience, Bulgy. Do you want that? I don't think so. Fine. Up aboard, sir, Bulgy replied in defeat. Bulgy tried his best to make road travel look good for the Fat Controller, but he wasn't paying attention. He was still thinking about his lost hat. But either way, Bulgy was still keeping the time. But while he was trying to show off to the Fat Controller, he went down the wrong road and got lost. Unfortunately, by the time he realized, he had ran out of petrol. Oh dear, goodness me. George! George! Shut up. George, I don't want to alarm you, but I'm currently carrying the Fat Controller. And if my boss hears that I've delayed a passenger, he'll have my wheels nicked. Alright, fine, I'll take him. If it makes the roads look good, why shouldn't I? And so they agreed. The Fat Controller hopped aboard George, and they set off. Although one major oversight was, George was very slow. Morning, sir. At this rate, Sir Topham would be late. George tried to speed up, but up ahead was where a lorry accidentally dropped their load, and they forgot to clean up some of it. When George realized it was too late, he hit the rock and his roller turned in the wrong direction. He hit the side of the embankment and rolled down into the water below. Thankfully, the Fat Controller landed in the sandbags. However, the sun was going down, and he was running out of options. He tried walking to the nearest bus stop, hoping to catch another bus. But then, he saw steam rising through the bushes. It must be Thomas, thought the Fat Controller. He'll take me to Kirk Ronan. But the engine wasn't Thomas. It was an engine the Fat Controller hadn't seen before. One that surely didn't work on his railway. I say, my dear engine, began the Fat Controller. I'm in need of assistance. I'm not here to ask any questions. I just need to get to Kirk Ronan, said the Fat Controller warmly. The engine didn't say anything, really. They seemed a bit apprehensive at first, but they agreed in the end. It took a while to steam her up, but the Fat Controller found her a simple sort. and he could drive her on his own. They arrived at Kirk Ronan. However, it was quite late. Right, began the Fat Controller. I'd like to thank you for your help. And, if you're willing, I'd like to have you working on my railway. I understand that the mainland isn't kind to steam engines and... But the engine was gone. Ah, well, it must have been busy. Outside was a cook, getting ready to bring the cake down to Lady Hatt's birthday. Sir Topham was rushing, as fast as he could, of course. However, he forgot the step. Whoa! Topham, began Lady Hatt, you appear to be wearing my cake. Yes, indeed. Is there any reason for this? You wouldn't believe me if I told you.